It is a very important week for the Ottawa Senators.
So you're talking about a plethora of prospects at all three positions.
All right. Welcome to episode 2 of the Ottawa Rebuild. Today we're doing the draft. As you can see, we have a lot of draft picks. 3 1s, 3 2s, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 2 6th, and I believe a 7, or maybe not. But definitely those top 3 1s and 2s, and even that 3rd, help us get players we need, challenge for a Stanley Cup. I'm, as always, the Heroically Average Gamer. This is episode 2, as you said, from the Twitch live stream. If you want to watch live, it's every Tuesdays and Sundays. I'll put the link in the description. But for now, we're just going to go into the draft and make this team a winner. Get some new players. And just looking at their team now. White, Ismail, Tierney, Howard-Luck, as well as the prospects Batherson and Brown, along with Schlappick. And in the bottom we have Paul, Norris, of course, Frost, who we traded for last year, Kelly, Gruden, Kastelik. Let's move to the left wingers. And we have Brady Tkachuk as left winger on the team, so we need some left wingers. Right wingers declare Bobby Ryan still on his big contract for another 2 years. And Boddicker. It's kind of a maybe player. He's a UFA this year. Maybe we don't even sign him. Declare is also a UFA this year. I'd like to keep him around. He's still 24. Still a solid player. In the system, not much. Callahan, Sabrin. Not a lot of good prospects. Davidson and Nermi, the top 9s are your best prospects. A little thin on right wing. Now we'll take a look at the defense. On the roster, of course, you have Shabbat. Branson's up to an 81. Justin Braun still there. Hainsey, Phaneuf, Borvieski, all unrestricteds. So there'll be decisions made on them. But Shabbat and Branson are moving forward, and in the system, Landon, Yaros, England, Lassie Thompson. It's a top 4D. Probably our only really good defensive prospect in the system. And we'll just check out goalies. Hoberg, Decord, Gustafson. And on the roster, Craig Anderson, who's a UFA, and Anders Nielsen, who was our backup last year. And we'll just take a look back at the system. A couple starters in Gustafson and Sogard. A couple fringes in the AHL for Decord, so I don't think their future goaltender is really in here. We'll have to address maybe in this draft with all the picks we have. And let's take a look at the draft class. Of course, we have Alexi Lafreniere up top. We probably won't have a shot at, although we might try to trade with all the picks we have, but who knows. Bodie, Green, Markov, I believe they're all made-up guys from EA. We got Holtz. Scouting hasn't done a terribly good job of uncovering their potentials. Ponomarov there's Byfield, Raymond, Perfetti, Lundell, so it's a really good class. We got elites going down to the 10-11s. Stutzels are at 14 as an elite. Yeah, so very deep class up, especially up top. Byfield would be nice to have. Raymond. I mean, possibilities are asking, considering where we pick 5th, 9th, and 11th in the first round. So 5th, probably looking at maybe Holtz is an elite there. Maybe Byfield at 9. And then 11th, maybe a Lundell, Rossi. There's a Stutzel there. Strangers and Wander are unknowns. I don't know if I'd take someone who's not unknown that early. I mean, terrible scouting job. Holtz seems to be the pick if he does drop, or doesn't drop, he just stays. He doesn't get picked early. Maybe he goes ahead of Pomerov, who's showing as a top 6. So let's get right into the draft. This is it. It's a big day for the Sens. Ellie's picking first. Lafreniere's on the board. They don't want to trade it, but let's offer them a trade. See if they'll come back a bit. So we'll offer them here the 5th, the 9th, which is a lot. I'm still showing to be a little low. No, they don't take it there. 5th and 9th for first. Yeah, that's probably not going to get it done, especially if LA does not want to give it up. So we'll just add in a 2nd, the 35th. That doesn't get it done. Try to add something a little more, maybe another 2nd, so 2 2nds and 2 1sts. And that doesn't get it, we won't give up more than that. 2 1sts and 2 2nds is a lot to give up. For a player in a deep draft, I mean 5th and 9th, we're going to get 2 decent players out of that. A little less probably on potential, but I think we have enough holes that I think 2 picks there will be better than getting that one potential superstar in Lafreniere. So just take a look at class and see what we want. There's Markov's an elite. He's sitting there at 4. We have the 5th pick. So if Markov goes, maybe we take a look at Holtz is probably the next best. Quinton Byfield at 5 might be a reach, considering we don't know his potential, although we know it's probably pretty good since he's a known player. So Sim and there. Alex Lafreniere goes to the Kings. 80 overall, elite high. You don't see it very often. So a really good pick for the Kings, who they definitely weren't trading. As we tried, we threw the kitchen sink at them, but would not take. So sitting here at 9th, and we're wondering where we can come down to pick Byfield up. And we figure maybe it's the 8th pick, as Vegas has that little radar that means they want to trade it. So I think we're stuck on Holtz. Markov or Holtz. And if Markov is supposed to go, he's supposed to go at 4. We'll take Holtz. If Markov's there, maybe there's a decision to make. There, I'm just trying to figure out where we want to go. If we want Byfield and where we should trade for him. So the Ducks are on the clock. We'll probably be one of the 2 made-up guys, Bodie or Green. Both completely unknown to us, so not really worth it for us to, although Bodie has some good stats, not really worth it for us to move up, give up all the capital as for someone unknown. So there's Bodie. 80 overall, 2-way forward, left wing, medium elite. Hurricanes are on the clock now. Looking probably left Green. It's the next one on the board. Let's take a back look at the draft class. There's Green, there's Markov. Markov, solid A's. AHL ready. Decent numbers for A+ competition. Holtz. Skating and physical, but that A+ shooting is what he wants. It'd be nice if he was a sniper. I think it's showing he's a 2-way forward, but it would be cool if he was a sniper. Probably work out a little better. There's Byfield. Decent numbers. Not great. But 6'5", 214 frame is hard to turn down. There's Lucas Raymond, A+. 12 goals, 9 assists. Is pretty good in A+ competition. The SHL for Lunda. But skating is an issue. As you can see, skating there. And yeah, it's kind of a turnoff when you're drafting this low. Same with Lundell. Great stats, great attributes, but that skating, that C skating is tough to swallow this early. Marco Rossi showing a D skating. Of course, you don't have a full scouting portfolio on him. Stutzel, all C's and a B, so not great. Perfetti, sim the pick. And it's Green, a defenseman. Offensive defenseman, 79 overall, medium elite. Going to Carolina. So we have the 4th pick. Should be Markov here. If it's Markov, then we will go Holtz. So we're just going to skip on Pomerov. Trivia just aren't there. And he's showing top 6. So he's not even elite. Probably a solid player, but Holtz is where we want to go, I think. Even maybe over Markov. But it'll depend on who the Ducks pick. No sim in here, and it's Markov. 2-way forward center, 78 overall, medium elite. So, pretty clear for us that it's Holtz now. Don't want to stretch for Byfield at this, so we don't know a lot about him. Raymond and Lundell just have that skating issues. Holtz's B- skating isn't great, but it's better than the C's that are showing. Stutzel and Lundell. And Byfield's almost a complete unknown to us in game. Although, do you have him high? We probably want to go for him in the 9th. But we'll see. Holtz, pro release, creativity, 1-on-1. No weaknesses. Big enough body to play in the NHL. So, easy pick. Alexander Holtz, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. You're the first ever pick in this series. 77, 2-way forward. Disappointing wasn't a sniper. Right winger, medium elite. So you'll have a chance to play on the big squad next year. 77 overall. Not that good a team. You maybe stick him on the 3rd or 4th line. Maybe a power play. But overall, good pick. Happy for it. So now we move on to pick 9 and what we want to do with it. Byfield sitting there. I think we're very high in Byfield to play center. Hopefully to get a nice Kachuk Byfield Holtz line would be kind of cool. So we'll just go back in, dip in. Byfield's projected to go 8. Behind him, Raymond, Perfetti, Lundell, Rossi. Byfield's probably the better of the center choices we have left, and the big body definitely is very enticing, especially to play along like Kachuk. It'd be pretty crazy. So here's the pick. Pomerov. The first top 6 goes to Minnesota Wild. 2-way forward center, 63. You gotta think that's a weak pick for Minnesota there, with all the elites still hanging around. Now we have Jersey on the clock. Byfield's still out there. Raymond, Lundell. Where does Jersey want to go? They also have a lot of holes. D'Agostini, I think he's a made-up player. Right winger, don't know really anything about him. There's Byfield, with who we're pretty sure we want, but I don't think we'll be there at 9. I think we're convinced now that he won't be there at 9. We're gonna have to move up. Just if we want to do the Jersey pick, or do we want to wait until the 8th? And here we jump in. Get the 7s, just kind of jump up ahead just to make sure that Byfield doesn't get picked ahead of us. So we're off on the 9th. And the 3rd, the 66 pick. They reject it. We'll offer him up. Second, the 41st, sorry, from Columbus. That gets rejected. And at this point, we're giving up a lot to move up what amounts to be 2 spots. And that gets rejected. Let's try to add a 4th here. See if that does it. No, that doesn't do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to give it up. So I do take the D'Agostini. Turns out to be an elite sniper, right winger, 79 overall, so it's a good pick for them. And now it's what should be the Byfield pick. We want Byfield. Vegas wants to trade. So we're just going to try to move up that 1 spot to ensure it. Offer them up the 9th. Hopefully they don't want too much for it. I give them the 4th, which they actually want. Pros that 1st and 4th. We will have a spot, and Vegas takes it. So we now have the 8th pick. And yeah, that means Quinton Byfield is about to become the newest Ottawa Senators. Let's make it official. Here it is, Byfield. Scouts didn't do a really good job on him, but like what we see out of him, and there it is. Good Byfield, power forward center, which is good. You don't see a lot of those. 74 overall, so he's going to be a year or 2 away from the big club, and elite medium. So we got our center, our right wing in the future. We got our, along with Kachuk. Hopefully the chem works, so we have a strong first line. I mean, that'd be crazy first line if that works out. But Quinton Byfield is the newest Ottawa Senator. Selected with the 8th. So we have Holtz, Byfield, and we have pick number 11 coming up, as well as all the other seconds. So we do have all those seconds. We could conceivably jump back in. I don't know who we'd jump in for. Maybe take one unprecedented 4th for first rounders. Oh no, we have pick number 12. My bad, I've been saying 11 all this time. Pick number 12. I'm trying to figure out who would be there. Rossi. Tim Stutzel's there. Jeremy Sylvester. Is B's pretty solid defender. 1 year away. Decent shot, and just B's just overall. Jamie Drysdale, decent points. Don't know a lot about him. Our scouts kind of let him go. But we do know about him in real life. He's one of the top defender, if not the top defender in real life. This upcoming draft. And Raymond or Perfetti will probably be gone. I don't know if we want to trade up for them. Skating issues are problematic when drafting so early. So we'll send the Vegas pick. They take Lucas Raymond. Medium elite. Right wing sniper is 77 overall, so decent pick for Vegas. It'd be a win-win for both teams for the trade. And just checking out what's left. What we want at 12. Stutzel's showing an elite. Jamie Drysdale. We wouldn't mind a defender just to go with their center and left wing. But with Chabot, there's Perfetti going to Montreal. 72 overall, medium elite playmaking center. And Montreal are back-to-back. I don't know if they traded in or not. Didn't show. Montreal has back-to-back picks. Will they take Lundell? The last... Oh, there's 2 elites, Lundell and Stutzel, that we know of. Lundell looks pretty solid, except for that skating. Tim Stutzel, yeah, not great looking, but still showing elite and to get an elite this low in a draft. Guaranteed. So yeah, Anton Lundell goes to the Habs, medium elite. So the Habs just got a lot better down the middle, 2 centers back to back. Lundell and Perfetti. Now we're just trying to find what we're looking for. Probably Stutzel here, although Rossi's supposed to be the next player gone. He's showing a lead, but it's only 1 bar, so our scouts didn't get the full. Still Sylvester looks very promising. All B's. Marco Rossi, good points, but D skating is kind of a red flag. Although it might be completely fake. But we decided on Tim Stutzel in medium elite playmaking center. 62 overall, so he's going to be a few years to develop. But we get another center to add to Quinton Byfield. And now we're just kind of looking for who we want. Maybe want to jump up to Jamie Drysdale would be nice. Petrov showing elite, but only 1 bar. The left winger, which we haven't addressed this draft at least. Though we still have Kachuk. He still has an organization. There's Rossi going to the Stars. He's a top 6, so he wasn't a medium elite. 68 overall, so he's a bit better, but potential isn't as good as with Stutzel. Wallander goes to the Rangers, top 4D, 59 overall. So we're kind of seeing a drop off in the talent pool at pick 14-15. Jersey back on the clock. Send their pick. And Stranges. Top 6 medium, left wing sniper. Sim Blues pick. There's Sylvester, top 4 medium defenseman. Sim Florida pick. It's Foudy, top 6 medium. It's Justin Barron, top 4 medium defenseman. Anaheim takes Connor Zary. Top 9 high. So we're getting into the top 9s now. Talent pool is shrinking. And Drysdale is still sitting there. We do have all those 2s. So we'd like a top defender. Sort of goes to the Flyers. Top 6 2-way forward. So we're going to try to trade with Edmonton. Move back into the first. Try to get a Drysdale 35 and 56, second and the third. Propose that trade and it gets accepted. So a second and a third for the 21st pick is solid. And there's Jamie Drysdale sitting there. Scouts don't know, but he's supposed to be the next pick. And with that, we'll make Jamie Drysdale the first defenseman drafted by the Ottawa Senators. He's top 4 medium, 66 overall, offensive defenseman. So, yeah, he's going to be a few years. But we got a defenseman of the future. Puck-moving, quick-skating defenseman. So we have 2 centers, a right wing and Holtz. And now a defenseman in Drysdale. So we're filling all the holes. We're getting some good prospects. And we're just kind of looking back to see if we want to trade it because that was so cheap. Still have our 2 seconds, a 5th, and 2 6s. Wondering if that one of those 2s and that maybe we can use this, or maybe a pick later. Maybe we can move back into the draft. But who do we take? Who would we jump back to the draft? There's Petrov is elite. Williams. Scouting's really done us dirty here. A lot of unknowns. And a pick, we had a lot of early picks. But Petrov's there, left wing. Skating's mad, but it's late in the draft, so we'll offer Chicago up. We'll see what they want for him. You don't have to break the bank for it. Maybe we will. Swap from the 40th this year, and the 5th. Second and fifth get you 22nd. No, they rejected. So ladder third, second, third, and fifth. That gets it done. Back into the first for a 5th pick. A 5th first round pick in one of the deepest drafts. Back to back, Drysdale. We'll take looking like Petrov here. 1 bar elite, so we don't know. Scouting rank 16. We're 21, so he's dropped a bit. So we'll take a shot at him. Top 6, so he wasn't that elite, but he was a sniper. 65 overall, so it was time to grow. And we didn't give up too much for him. We gave him up a few picks, but we had a ton of picks to give. I think we're down to 1 second now. So that ends the first round for us. We sim to our second pick. We got five picks, 2 centers, a right wing, left wing, a defenseman. We'll call a timeout here. See what's what. Nathaniel Combine is your top 9. Hirvonen, not great attributes, top 9. Perzogan, a goalie. Not great attributes, but he's 3 bar elite, medium. We do need a goalie. We need a goalie for the future. I don't think he's on our team currently. Sort by potential. There's Perzogan. There's an enforcer. Enforcers are generally not elite. DeRoche, not looking great. Perzogan, 3 bars. He's the most likely to be an elite, according to our scouting, our very poor scouting. So Chromiak, not great numbers. So we'll decide on Sergei Perzogan, the Russian goaltender. There he is. Medium elite, 48 overall. So he's going to be a while. But he isn't a medium elite. He's got our goalie of the future. We've now addressed every position. So, yeah, strong second pick there. Sergei Perzogan is now an Ottawa Senator. Sims pick all the way down to pick 167. 6th round. And now it's just time to take some gambles. Flaherty, Seeley, McElrath. Again, scouts pretty terrible. It's E. Skating. Everyone's skating down here is terrible, but E skating is pretty bad. McElrath. Again, E skating. C minus shooting. Good work ethic. Gladderman. No points. So we'll just take McElrath. Bottom 6 medium, 48 overall. So, I mean, he could be a good player, but kind of a miss. Not the elite we were hoping for. But it's a 6th round, so bottom 6 is pretty solid. Sim to 171. Still in 6th round. Dakota Combs. Again, just Horrible skating. D. Flattery, Sealy, Stillman, the only one showing elite potential. Possible elite potential. Benjamin Timmons, top 6. Two-way forward. Ronan Sealy, offensive defenseman. Bad skating. Good character, they say. Wilson Stillman, good character, work ethic. Check so if there's anything else. Wyman, not looking great. Sealy, 17 years old, 5'11". We'll make him 7th D, medium. Offensive defenseman, now maybe we can groom him up to a NHL level defenseman, but likely not. 53 overall, so he's going to be a few years. Yeah, not a great pick there. And that's it. There's the draft. There's the 2020 draft. There's a lot of Holtz, Byfield, Stutzel, Drysdale, Petrov, all in the first round. Per Zogan, future goalie in the second. McElrath and Sealy, two kind of hit misses in the 6th round. So, yeah, very uneven draft. A lot. 5 picks in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 6th. So we got a lot of medium picks, but we got hopefully a line of the future, a defenseman of the future, and a goalie of the future. I think we can be pretty proud of this draft. And it'll be fun to watch these players grow and just make the team and how they interact and how they work chemistry-wise with the players we're already building around. Most likely Kachuk, Shabbat, Brandstrom, and still even Duclair. So now we'll just sign. Let's get to the contracts. And yeah, we'll figure out what who we want us to keep around. Who we have to let go. So there's the centers. We have White and Nisimov. Both making over just $5 million with Tierney. There's Byfield, 74 overall. I think we want to keep him down for a year. 74. He's not going to get any playing time. And if we don't keep him on the AHL, he'll go down to junior anyway. So not even any real point offering him the contract. Tierney's a free agent. Howard is a free agent. And below them, Schlappick and Pekka. Pekka being the unrestricted at 27. Just trying to figure out what we want. We want to sign Tierney, is Batherson and Howard. Gonna beat him out for playing time, so we don't really need to sign him. Tierney we should sign as we'll offer the contract. 2.7 seems a bit high, but it's only for a year. We're not even close to salary cap issues, so sign him. Howard Luck. Decision drew. I think we want Patterson more to play up and Brown maybe. So we'll qualify him. Schlappick and Paul, they're just going to want 2 ways, so that's pretty easy. You want 2-way contracts, so no decision to make there. Well, Paul wants a 1-way. 1.2125 for 77 overall. Yeah, we offer him the contract. Just maybe that 1 year, try him out. If he doesn't, he wants more money and more years, then we'll make that decision later in our career. Left wingers, Kachuk's still at $1 million. Warrington, Gabrick, we still have for almost $5 million. But yeah, left wing's pretty terrible. Except Chuck is not a lot behind him. Formanton might be good. Gabrick might be serviceable on left wing. Balsers has some promise. Still only 23. So we'll offer him the contract. Klimchuk, Just a two-way. That's easy. Clark MacArthur. I think we'll just let him go. 35, 70. Yeah, we're just not ready to release him, unfortunately. Good Ottawa Sen. Clark MacArthur. Unfortunately, what happened to him in real life with the injuries. And right, we have Duclair. Unrestricted. Bodker. So Holtz. We will try to sign Holtz. Or not try to sign him, we'll just sign him. We'll try to stick him on the team. I think he's from Europe, so we can't play him in the AHL if he doesn't make the full squad. I release him. Release Sabrin, unfortunately. But they weren't going to be part of the future here. Bodker just wants a two-way. Even though he's 30, it's good. We just need depth. At minimum, he can play. He can be the scratch. And Duclair, how much is Duclair going to want? 3.5 over 2. Yeah, we'll bump that up. So it was 4.4 over 3. So we're out from that. Keep him around an extra year. Increase in money doesn't hurt. Spot and Brenstra are both signed. Braun, Hainsey, Phaneuf are unrestricted. Hainsey will release. Phaneuf, 35. Just release. He replaced Worviatsky. There's a decision. Yaros, England. Easy, just two ways. Pretty easy, two-way. Just a two-way. Labrie, unrestricted. Just release him. Drysdale, 66. No need to sign him. Gwinnett and Seeley. No need to sign. We still have their rights for another couple years. Borieski, 78, 30. We want to keep him. Zabron, who we got in a trade last year. 2.275 over 2. It's kind of a lot of money. For just an 80 overall, but definitely within cap. So we won't offer it to him. Borieski. It's under $1 million for 2 years. Yeah. After rejecting all those trade offers last year, we'll keep him. Keep him around. Braun, we don't know. Although we do need defensemen, and we just know. We just let him go. So Braun's gone. You just pick up someone from free agency. Decord, AHL starter is restricted. And the leads needs to be signed. Release Decord. For Mandely's contract. And Anderson is UFA. 83 overall. 1.725 for 2 years is kind of odd. 39. So we offer him 1 year. A little more money. 175. Maybe you'll take that instead. I don't know if we want to give Anderson a 2-year deal. Even though he's one of the most loved Sens in real life, but this isn't real life. This is my save. This is my series. So we'll advance today and see what's what. Scout signs. Anderson rejects. Okay. Bodker rejects. Tierney rejects. Duclair signs. That's good. Borieski rejects. Big Paul renews. Jarvis renews. Klimchuk renews. England renews. Bodette and all those guys renew. Mantley signs. Holt signs. Our first overall pick. Our first pick in the series. Alexander Holtz signs. So we'll see where he plays next year. And there's the rest of who we need to sign. So we'll offer Howard Luck a contract. Actually, we'll just qualify Tierney. Bodker, 70 at 30, rejected. So we'll offer him another contract. Max deal at 2 mil. 0.925 mil. Over 1. Nope. We just decided to release him. Wasn't worth the hassle. Borowiecki. Well, it's a one-way. We'll bump it up to $1 mil. 2 years, $1 mil for Borowiecki. I think that's more than generous. Tierney and Greg Anderson rejected that 1-year deal. So we'll just offer him what he wants in 2 years. Advance. Anderson rejects again. Borowiecki signs. So that's good. The goalies, Anderson rejected what we offered him, and he rejected what he asked for. So I think he wants to sign somewhere else. But we'll make an effort. 1 year, we'll make way more than he wants. 2.5. 1 year, 2.5. A nice retirement contract for one of the better goalies in Sens history. So advance today, and he rejects that as well. So we tried. Clearly didn't want to sign with us. Maybe he wants to test out free agency. Maybe sign as a backup for a contender. Maybe, I don't know. If he's really starting quality for a team that's contending, Howard Luck news. So our coaches don't. Just fine. So White, and you smell of Howard Luck Batherson. And Brown, your centers. So not awful, but not stellar. Although for a rebuilding team, there's a lot of youth there. Niesmann's not. He's making $5 million, so maybe a trade is coming. Left wings, Kachuk and Gaborik. The main squad. Forment and Balsers, Klimchuk, Abramov. In the system. So probably need a left wing, if not 2, to field an NHL team for next year. Kachuk's still on that 1 year, $1.195 million contract, which is pretty solid. We'll go to right wings, declare Ryan Holtz, the rookie. Should see some playing time, you'd think. Maybe 3rd or 4th line. There's Davidson near me, so not a lot of right wing depth in our system at all. So we're going to need to pick up at least a right winger. Probably Ryan's still on his $8 million contract for another few years, but shouldn't get in our way at all, since we're still way out of the contract or salary cap. So Holtz, Duclair, Ryan. Those are right wingers. Davidson, Nurmi, yeah, that's it. No real future there. Some top 9s, maybe. Shabbat, Brandstrom, Borowiecki, Lajoie, Riley, Wolanin, Yaros. So Shabbat, of course, is amazing. Brandstrom, elite medium, but the rest are top 6 is the best. Borderline AHLers. Borowiecki's nice for physical play, his character. Doesn't make a lot of money in the system. up there. And goalies, Nielsen, Hogberg. So, yeah. Do we have a starter there? Nielsen good enough to be a starter. In the back, we had Gilson, Zogar starters, and Parazogan the elite. So we do have a future goalie there. So check out the free agents class. There's Mike Hoffman, the former Sen. I don't think, and Mestenkov, former Sen. There's Chara, the former Sen. Not a former Sens. Toffoli, the former 67. I don't know if we want to get someone huge. We don't want to really bring in a big player to. He's going to cost a lot of money. He will, improve our team, but we're trying to rebuild here. We're not trying to build a winner. The Stanley Cup contender as fast as we can. We try to do this a little realistic. We're still the Ottawa Senators. We're not Toronto Maple Leafs. You can throw money at everybody. So Tyler Toffoli looks like a pretty good. We need right wingers. So Tyler Toffoli's 467. Chara. We definitely need defensive help, and bringing back Chara would be good for the fans, good for our defensive depth. So we'll offer him a contract. Doesn't want too much money. Less than 5 for 2. So we'll throw a Big Z contract. We'll check for goalies. We need a starter. So we don't really want to go with Nielsen. Just a 79 overall as a starter. So Grice, throw a contract too. 2 years. 2.7. Crawford. He's 35. Doesn't want a lot of years though. Just wants 2 years. There's Vatanen. On defense, offensive defenseman. 83 overall. Justin Schultz. Offer him just a little bit less money for some reason. Right, nickel and dime him. Is Toffoli. Definitely need a right winger. Toffoli kind of dropped off a bit, but still a solid player and definitely a position of we need. And Thomas Vanek, left wing sniper, not asking for a lot of money, not asking for a lot of years. And we'll offer him a contract. Brandon Leipzig, be a good backup or fourth liner. Decent defense, decent speed. Kajula, we'll offer Kajula a contract. Good left wing, makes less than $1 million. 26, so he still has room to grow and play for a few years at least, maybe. So advance a day. So UE sign. A lot of contracts out there. So Chara, Big Z coming back to Ottawa. A big pickup. All 6'9", 250 of them. Kajula signs on the left wing. Justin Schultz signs. Tyler Toffoli's welcome back to Ottawa. Thomas Vanek comes to Ottawa. And we just need a goalie now. So Allmark is still sitting there at 89. He's 25. Maybe we can sign him to back up. Not back up, to be the goalie. It's kind of a big signing, but maybe when by the time his contract runs out, Parazogan might be ready to play. Advance of days. Allmark signs, so we have our goalie. Linus Allmark is a goalie. Tierney signs his restricted contract. I tried to exit out the game there, but I catch myself. So let's check out the team, how it looks now. All the new signings. Check out the centers. White, Anisimov, Tierney, Howardluck, Batherson, Brown, Schlappick. So seems to be kind of a logjam of that fourth. So maybe we need to make a trade and He's out at 32, making $5 million a year. It might be the one to go. Unrestricted next year. I'd like to get some of the kids more playing time, especially Brown and Batherson. White still have pretty good high hopes for it. Left wingers Kachuk, Vanek, Kajula. So big improvement there. Formanton, Gabrick. And there's the right wingers Toffoli, Declare, Bobby Ryan. Holtz, Davidson, and Nermi. So Toffoli, Declare, Ryan, and Holtz look to be our right wingers for this year. And on D, Shabbat, Cherish, Schultz, Brandstrom, Borowiecki. So maybe Cherish, Shabbat, and maybe Brandstrom doesn't play as much as he should. Maybe putting him on that first pair might have been too much. So we'll drop him down and let him develop the second or third pairing. So much improved defense. And goalies very much improved. 89 overall. 26-year-old Linus Allmark, sorry. Anders Nielsen is backup. So just look for some fourth liners and backups. We need a winger. Looked at Leipzig, so we'll opt for Leipzig. Contract. Cheap contract, cheap winger, probably a backup. Advance a day. Oh, Leipzig goes with Penguins. So let's find someone else. There's Patrick Barlow. Offer him just more. Veteran presence. Formerly the Leafs and the San Jose Sharks. Maybe he can be that tutor to our young guns as he was to Marner and Matthews. But he doesn't. He goes to the Canucks. So search for the winger continues. Brad Gauntz, we see. Check him out. 77 overall. Decent points. Alright, speed. Pretty good defensive awareness. Pretty solid overall. Not asking for a lot of money. Two-way deal. We'll see how that works out. We'll advance a day. Keep advancing those days. And as Brendan Gauntz signs. And I think that should just about do it. That should just finalize our team there. Let's take a look what it looks like now. White, Anisimov, Howard, Matheson, Brown, Kachuk, Vanek, Kajula. There's Gauntz there, Formanton too. We'll get consideration for next year. To fully declare Bobby Ryan, so it's a pretty solid right wing. Nothing outstanding, but just very solid. And with Holtz there, as our rookie, we want to get playing time too. And defense, Spot, Cherish, Schultz, Brandstrom, Borowiecki, Lajoie, Riley. Here's your 6 defensemen plus Morgan Riley is a scratch. Hopefully we get some good chem out of those guys. And goalies Allmark and Nielsen. Allmark, who we have high hopes for him. So we'll try to trade off Anisimov. We do. For Sorella and a pick, so just a prospect and a pick. And that should just about do it. That's it. For the draft and free agency, we'll, on the next episode, we'll advance to the next season. See how the chem works out. See how the team looks. And until then, hope you have a good day. Have fun. Take care of yourselves. And doodles.